share my BattleCON screen once more, which may not even have stopped. Did not stop. Perfect. So you should still be able to see my screen. Alright. And Sucky, why is this so hard to get to? Like, just make this a regular feature. Thanks. Alright. Oh, my baby. My baby girl. The only shame here, LP, is that this is regular Magdelina. I don't know if you know that Twilight Magdelina is an option.
I will not turn aside.
Alright.
So I think I remember one moment from this game. It's very interesting. I don't know basically anything about these characters.
Okay.
So,
I don't know a whole bunch about Kehrolyn, but the first thing that comes to mind, and Ash and I talk about this all the time, is what is the correct discards for Maggie? Beat 1. So, and I'm going to let this go so we can talk about this. Okay, so these are it. So, beat 1 as Maggie, you have a few problems. Problem number 1 is that when you keep all 3 of these styles, your best options are all prio 2. Right? It's
like your dodge gets really flashed.
It's like dodge, blessing, and then usually I keep strike in case we're going to go down this clash chain. And I would keep strike against Kehrolyn just because her unique base is also a 3. So like if we clash, if she tries to clash my dodge with a shape or with a whatever her unique base is, what is this? So like I can get the whatever I actually want by clashing dodge into bless, like strike into dodge into like then blessing. So I don't like this, and we argue about it all the time. Spiritual is the scariest of Maggie's pair. It's also the card she like never wants to actually play unless it's 100%, just because of its its drawback is really big. So usually what I do is I ditch one of these. It's either Priestess or Excelsius, and then you have the choice of one of these other 3, which is Spiritual, Switch, or Sanctimonious, and this gives you a prio spread for your best pairs at 0, -1, and -2 if you don't keep Spiritual, or you have like Spiritual at +1 and then like Switch and then like -1. So I don't love this because your best pairs right now have exactly 2 options or 2 prio options, which is either 2 or 4, right? And if you keep one of these instead, so usually I ditch Spiritual and like Priestess turn 1, and then you have to guess if I'm on Switch, Sanctimonious, or one of my actual good pairs.
Yeah, so I think that makes a lot of sense. I agree that you probably shouldn't throw away Switch. I would never throw away Spiritual against Elephant. Because again, Elephant is going to play around everything, right?
That is okay. Now that's valid, right? But specifically against Elephant, like against most people.
I think in general, I don't play Magdelina, so I don't know. I don't know how like tight it feels to like have Spiritual in your hand, but I would keep. If I had to play my first game with Magdelina, I would be keeping Spiritual in my opening hand for sure. Just like the idea that you can Spiritual drive beat 1, I think is really good.
Yeah, and that's fair. The problem with Spiritual is if they clash you ever, you feel like you're losing the game on the spot because you have now, as good as like people who play Magdelina think Blessing is for accelerating your advancement, Spiritual is literally the opposite of that. So like if you think Blessing is good for advancing you, then like Spiritual is literally the opposite if you get clashed. And if you get clashed, you are in trouble because you now have, if like Spiritual Drive gets clashed, you have shot and like a burst and nothing else hits.
Yeah, okay, but like what's clashing Spiritual Drive? Like
this?
Yeah, Quicksilver Overload is her only clash, right? And Quicksilver Dodge, I guess.
I mean, I guess she can keep Grasp, which I think she should have, in my opinion, just because you get to, like, is Whip Grasp bad against Maggie? Because I don't think it is.
It's just not that much damage.
Fair.
I think that's fine. I would throw away Dodge against Magdelina. I think that's
weird. But... I would agree. Not having you should throw away Dodge every time.
So I don't know. I think Elephant is kind of like a scrubby Kehrolyn. I think she just picked her up, and
I think she likes Kehrolyn legit.
Kehrolyn, 0 games. But I look at this, I'm like, that's That's suspicious. That's not what I would do. And it's rude. So here, I think that like, so if you want to analyze this beat one,
Yeah.
so first of all, I think that I agree with you. You should keep switching. You should probably keep strike shot. But I mean, okay, there are some things. But so the main thing is that Elephant has to play around spiritual drive, right?
Okay.
I think the most important thing is keeping that pair, because that really restricts what can be played. Like you can do like exo drive or something. Shot, I guess. Yeah, exo shot is probably the pair because it clashes all the dodges. But clashes the dodges really badly, right? Because then you get a free burst.
Yeah. This Exo
Yeah,
Shot is specifically good because like it does not get stunned out by Spiritual Drive, right?
You know, but I'm saying Exo Shot is bad here, right? Because so there are two things Magdelina could play here as a starting point. Something that's Prio 2 or a spiritual drive.
Yeah, here, like the problem, like what I look at is I'm like, man, this is tough. So when I always think about it, let's talk about like what Maggie's best pair is on beat one. Regardless of like people who used to play her in the future, like or play her in the past, like her new best option is this. Now that she keeps her trance, because this is unstunnable without like removing her stun guard. It moves her in position if you hit her when she wants to be next to you, and like unless you get out of the way somehow, this is healing her back up to full later. So like this is the best pair. This is like, and it's not 100% true to say this all the time, but like when I think of like what's your best beat one pair, it's like Alchemic Grasp, Clockwork Shot, and it's like Safety Blessing. Like that's how good this pair is. Like this is what I always want to play around when I'm playing around Magdelina beat one is something that like clashes Safety Blessing and then lets me get away, or does something else.
Yeah, I mean, I think Safety Blessing is good. I think the dodges are also good. Like
yeah, the dodges are also fine, and that's like the quote unquote Magdelina mix up. It's not really a mix because you're not like in danger of anything. That's why I think keeping dodge is sketch. Like keeping dodge here is super sketch. You're not like
but
never dodge.
Has bladed in discard 1, so that's probably the beat you wanna dodge on. Like
yeah, I really hate
and blessing next beat.
I don't know why Ali kept dodge here. That's like, and if you want the Prio 3, it's like you have the option in strike. So that's not it either. I want to point out that I think there is a I think there's an argument to having switch in discard 1.
Okay.
And hear me out. That I think that if you're going to get like a force advantage and you want to do a thing, like if you think that you're not going to be able to catch the dodge, beat 1, then I think switch is okay. Like you're getting a little bit of value. It's not great value.
Is worth anything.
Okay. I actually like getting like there is a Magdalene is should be spending her first force early to like get usually on stun guard to stay in a beat when she's like all of her styles suck. And then later your opponent hopefully has like a force gauge that then you have to play around as Magdalena is how I usually see that dynamic working out. So like I think that if you're planning to like get switch shot is terrible. I hate that class chain. Is there anything like man? Kehrolyn just has no like all of her prios are the exact same. This is what I don't like about Kehrolyn.
Like she all the things are prio except for a Quicksilver.
Yeah, I don't. I struggle with Kehrolyn because I feel like this is Kadoth, the Kadoth problem of like, look, here's my good option, here's my second good option, and like my third option is really bad in comparison. But like you have the teleport, whatever the evacuation mix up, right? But this feels like that ramped up to like 11, right? Like I mean, here's the one thing I'm really good at, and then like there's 2 mix-ups in there, and then like my third option just sucks.
Yeah, I mean like when you're not at range 1, clashes are just devastating for Kehrolyn because she's got no hit Yeah, so I think the exo shot here is actually really bad. If you, so the two things Magdelina is going to play is either a Prio 2 pair or a Spiritual Drive. Against Spiritual Drive, I mean, you're taking 2. It's not that bad because you're dealing 5 back. And then against the Prio 2 stuff, I mean, they just get a free burst, right? And the Prio 2 stuff is pretty good. So I don't think that Exo Shot is actually that good in this situation. The Whip Drive is more reasonable, but that loses to Spiritual Drive, right?
Well, you can anti-stun guard to not lose the spiritual drive, right? Because you have 2,
Yeah.
1,
You can
5, and then...
Well, no, because then you use a power counter anti that comes in, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but there's one Sun Guard on that, right?
Yeah, so here's 1 stun guard.
Yeah, so you can do this. So I think it's probably really going to be Whip Drive anti-stun guard beat 1 against Magdelina. I mean, sure, okay, that's fine. Yeah, okay, that covers everything.
I mean, it doesn't cover safety blessing, does it?
It auto stuns. So.
It will auto stun. Okay. If that's the case, what do I think her options are? And this is just like a situation where like we don't really have any options because this is our or these are our styles. I really don't like our styles here.
I think you just guess between. I would dodge, right? Dodge the. You can't. Yeah, I would just dodge. Just don't take 3.
This is the problem here. Like, if you're all of my dodges are 2 fine, right? None of my clash chains are good.
No, all your clash chains are good. That's the point.
So like here, I guess it's like XL dodging is your dodge.
All your clash chains are amazing. You just get a free burst.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Okay, fair. Right? That's yes, you're right. I'm sorry. This is correct. So whip shot. Let's talk about whip shot then. Whip shot. So this is you're gonna clash. Oh, and you're gonna clash the first thing, right? You don't actually want this pair, but you're gonna clash a Prio 2, whatever, and then this covers right. Let me just make sure. Yeah, this then covers the burst, right?
It's kind of a rough situation to be in. I mean, the main thing with whip shot is that you need to anti-stun guard on it as well, right?
Yeah. Well, if you're out, like, yes, I probably wouldn't. Like, I probably wouldn't because I know how scary spiritual is to play as Magdelina. Like, it just feels bad. Like if it's not.
You're thinking like you.
Yeah.
In this situation, I think as LP you want to think like Elephant. Like, what's she gonna do? She's never gonna let herself get got by spiritual drive, right?
Yeah, but she would never combo drive either.
Yeah, maybe the first one is just gonna be. I think it's probably just gonna be Exo Shot, and she's gonna be like, fine. No, Exo Shot's so bad. Exo Shot is really bad.
I think that you're right that this is the pair.
I think it's gonna. It's. No, this loses to spiritual drive, right?
Well.
Huh. I think it's gonna be. I think it'll. I guess Exo Drive anti stun guard is your pair.
Yeah.
That's the safe pair.
Wait, hold on.
Crazy.
Reveal non-switch tile from your hand and gain its values and effects. Gaining priority. Okay. What about? No, that doesn't work either.
I mean, it could be Exo Overload, yeah. But I think.
Hold on.
So Overload is the thing you clash into. I mean, like.
What if it's Whip Overload into Exo, which then gives you 1, 2, 3, 4 soak?
Okay. I mean, it just misses bursts, right? So like.
Yeah. You're also
Extra drive also misses things.
you're pretty disincentivized to versus Magdalena, because like you're intentionally putting distance. Like you can get it back later, obviously with a dodge, or like a safety
Just
play.
keep one, just do something. Like,
Yeah, let's see what happened.
I don't know. Well, I guess my guess is it's gonna be wow. Okay. Yeah, this covers. Okay, yeah. Elephant found the pair that covers both, right?
Yeah. You know what this?
Okay.
Wait, I want to make sure because you know what this loses to, which is actually one of my favorite. Well, no, it doesn't. Um, One of my favorite pairs. No, it does. One of my favorite openers. If it's not like Excel Dodge is rough, but like one of my favorite openers is actually on beat one, and we've talked about this in the past. Is Excel Blessing anti stun guard. Um, this would lose to Excel Blessing anti stun guard.
Yeah, I mean that's a good pair. But I think this is sort of thing that like Elephant, like, can put on thing. The dodge is great. I like the dodge. What I would do.
Yeah.
The Quicksilver burst. I mean, like Kehrolyn wants to be close much more than Magdelina wants to be close. Like, because in this coming beat, it's gonna be range 4.
Yeah, I think that's actually what the
It may
Quicksilver's
be
for.
best between a whip drive and like some shot.
Right, I think that's why she chose Quicksilver, right? To get the end of beat move up to 1.
Yeah, but it's still going to be range 4.
Uh,
So as Magdelina, you're clashing 6, right? So
if you've got Sank coming up, it's like Sank's shot coming up in specific.
I mean, yeah, but it's gonna.
Right, so I'm thinking. So she's gonna move. She has to move back at least one. She probably only moves one, right? You have the option to like retreat as Maggie, and I want to know what that looks like next week. So you'll have Sank shot, which is full board. No, 1 to 5, because you're gonna lose your transcanner to level cap, and she can't hit you either. Is that right? No, she can. No, she can't. Can she hit you? No, she can't hit you no matter what, right? No, because she'll be here. You'll be here. So yeah, we'll both be at range 5, and this is the only pair that can hit you.
No, she's gonna end range 4, right?
Well, she has to retreat. Yes, she'll end at range 4. You're right. So, you know what? This is. I would probably go back. I don't know. Like I wouldn't. So unfortunately, the real answer is like I wouldn't think about it very much, and would just like snap go back, because like then I just have to worry about this and like this. Those are the only two, and I have the option of like now I have spiritual shot, anti stun guard.
Yeah, sure. Like, yeah. I mean, go back to range 4.
Like, because her burst is even down.
I would go to range 4 and play Spiritual Blessing.
What?
Yeah.
What is coming out of your mouth? Spiritual. You mean sanctimonious blessing?
No, I meant but I thought you were level 1. Shit. Okay, never mind. Because I was thinking Spiritual Blessing because it clashes. It doesn't. It does. Yeah, I would play Spiritual Blessing. Because it clashes the shot, and it's good versus Whip Drive, and those are the only 2 things that hit you.
I mean, I guess, man, if you're wrong, like she just gets to do nothing with her clash chain, and then you just don't get a level. Like if you clash, nothing happens now. Now you're dead. Like,
what do you mean now you're dead? It goes to the next beat, right? 2 increments to 3. It's not a big deal.
I mean,
you still have Spiritual Shot as like a threat.
Yeah, you still have Spiritual Shot, but now she just only has to clash Spiritual Shot. Can she clash Spiritual Shot? That would be 1, 2, 3. She'll have Quicksilver. No, she can't clash Spiritual Shot.
Oh, Overload will clash it.
Well, no, because she'll have Quicksilver in her discard.
I see what you mean. Oh yes, yeah. She can't clash it. Yeah, so she has to like dodge, right? I mean, that's good. That seems great.
Well, it's not great because normally you want Magdalena, you want null beats, but now because of spiritual, you don't actually get the benefit of a null beat, right? Because you don't get level. You don't if you don't hit, you don't get a trance with spiritual.
It's like you don't gain anything, you don't lose anything. But Kehrolyn like has dodge and a discard now, right? Like it's not so bad.
I mean, sure. Like dodge is the thing I care very very little about on beat 2.
Yeah, that's fair. But and she'll have probably some good style and discard. I don't know. Like, I don't know. It seems fine. It seems like something I would try because I think that whip drive is very likely as well, right?
Yeah,
like, it's not bad against a clash, and against whip drive, it's good. So I would play spiritual blessing here.
Man, I can't, like it might be right, Blat, but I can't do it. I can't.
She's so likely to whip drive, right? If you clash out, then whatever, it's fine. It's no big deal.
Okay, so I'm gonna have +2, put me to 4. She's gonna be level 1. I actually think isn't whip shot. Spiritual is gonna deal 4. I'm gonna be 4, so I'll go first. And I might be okay with trading. Sorry, be okay with trading. Like Magdalena's early, getting damage on her now is what I want. So whip shot anti-stun guard feels better to me. I'll be prio 4.
Why wouldn't you like exo shot here?
Oh, she's rain 4? Then yeah, extra shot is even way better. Yeah, perfect. Exo shot is this will be prio 4. So like, what is Maggie gonna do about it? Like, is she gonna spiritual shot herself? Okay, great. Like, so she deals 2, and I deal 3. Seems fine.
I think that's a good trade for. I think spiritual shot is like a totally reasonable play from Magdelina as well here.
I think it's okay. I don't love it. One of the things that I think it could be is it could be like Sank Blessing is okay. I don't love it.
Oh, sorry. No, spiritual shot is actually garbage because it misses, right? So.
Oh well, it won't miss, right? It'll still hit her.
No, you'll miss because there's after movement on Quicksilver.
Is it after? I thought it was end. No.
It's end the first time around, but.
Oh, okay, got it. Ooh, yeah, so good call. Hot garbage. Hottest of garbage. Man, if that's the case, maybe she should have only retreated 3.
I think.
I mean, you don't care. You don't care if she dodges you. You're Magdelina. Like her dodge is like, thank you, I appreciate your time.
No, because then you open yourself up to all the drives, right? That's the issue with range 3.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
No, I definitely think you want to be range 4 here because there are options to. I think spiritual blessing is a great play. I don't know why you guys don't like it. It's amazing. I
can't because like if she does anything else, this is no longer a value beat.
No, it's. I mean, you're not like okay. You have a 50% chance of doing something you want to have happen, and a 50% chance of nothing happening. Like, do it, right? Like, if you both miss and the beat counter increments by 1, that's fine. It's not a big deal.
So this is prio 6. Okay, what if I... Well, let's talk craziness. What if I did something like this? That does nothing. Okay. Man, I hate Kehrolyn. Like, I just feel so constrained by every one of her beats.
I mean, this is her weakness, right? That like... Yeah. And that's why you can do things like spiritual blessing in this situation. And anyway, okay, so I'm assuming LP is going to spiritual blessing. This is clearly the superior play.
There's no way. In fact, I will be that guy to just say, regardless of whether it's wrong. I know I've definitely talked to Ash about this a lot, and I don't know how many other players play Maggie. I know that LP obviously does as well, but like we have a deep and abiding love for Maggie, and both of us are just like, I'm not okay with a spiritual that might miss. I know that you have to play it. Sure, you have to play it enough so that they're frightened of it, but like, even
there's no risk associated with a spiritual blessing. Like, there's nothing like.
Every game or every minute that I spend at level 0 and level 1 feels super disadvantaged. Like, the whole point is that I need to spend as little time. And I don't think Spiritual Blessing is so good that it is worth, like, just moving things along in these discards. Like, oh, now I get Switch Strike. Oh, man, I couldn't. I'm just saying I can't bring myself to do, like, that is, dude, and you know I love a risky read. But, like,
the thing is the reason you don't want like spiritual and miss is because you're taking damage. But here you're guaranteed you're not taking damage. It's just like you're playing. It makes the game a 14-beat game. If
yeah, but that's bad for me. That is bad for me. I need more time at higher levels. Yeah, I need more time at higher levels. That's my benefit. That is the whole benefit of my character.
If Halifans whip drives, which is like I think the more likely play,
yeah, I think that's.
So I think it's fine. I think there's like very little downside and there's a big upside.
Dude, if she whip drives and you're like right about Spiritual Blessing, I'm just gonna be like, actually, you know what?
I mean,
hold on,
it's fine. It's not a big deal.
I want to talk about a different thing. Instead of Spiritual Blessing, let's talk about Safety Blessing. Now you're gonna let her whip drive. You're gonna let her whip drive. She's gonna come in. That doesn't work and we use Excel.
It's gonna get shot, like whatever.
Well, Spiritual Blessing. So this clashes. No, it doesn't. Well, whip drive because at the after movement, right? But does she have to pull you? Yeah, she does.
Yeah, she does.
So she moves 2. Hits you for 4, or for that, pulls you 1, and then she gets to retreat 1 or move 1. What if she just goes 1, doesn't pull you, and moves back to space 4, and you miss on your spiritual? And that's a null beat.
Okay, I guess yeah. You can just like null beat the.
Well, and it's not really a null beat. It's like the null beat that isn't good for Maggie, because she stays at level 0 for next turn.
Your will be done.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like an actual null beat. It's just 0. But I think that's fine. Like it's really because she used her drive, which is really good.
So he did what I thought, right? Which was the Sanctimonious Blessing. I like this play from him, right? This is way better. This is, in fact, way better, right? He is going to take 3. He's gonna get pulled 1. No, because he'll be a range 4. So this is actually bad, right? He gets pulled 1, and then she moves back 1.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You know, I don't know. I like the Spiritual Blessing play. I think like actual 0 and a beat is fine, especially if you're forcing Kehrolyn to like use a drive, right?
Yeah, this could have been Safety Shot, which would have been okay.
The light of heaven.
Give
me courage, ancestor.
I don't know. I think that's a Spiritual Blessing beat. I really do.
I will net like you might be right, and this would be a thing that I need your squares for. What are those called, by the way? What are your matrices called?
Whatever you call them, matrices. It's pretty much impossible to go into a matrix because you really need to accurately evaluate the cost of just like shortening the game by 1 beat, which is very, very hard to assess.
I think of all the people who would want.
I'm pretty confident that like it's really not a big cost.
Let me ask you a different question. Outside of no, actually, this is a legit question. If there was one character in the game who would want this game to be 16 beats, who would it be?
It's probably Magdelina, yeah.
Yeah, like I think it's Magdelina's like Rifflin, right? So like
Rifflin, the games are too fast. Like he doesn't really have any defensive abilities. He just like
right. So he would
gets to beat anyway.
And I guess so. Like, if we agree it's Magdelina, who of all the characters in the entire cast would want a 16-beat game, then like we can also then say of all the characters in the cast who would not want a 14-beat game, would that not also be Magdelina?
I mean, I agree that you really don't want a 14-beat game, but like it's not that bad. It's like worth less than 1 life, right? Like you would not choose, if you were Kehrolyn, you would not be willing to start the game at 19 life if you could guarantee a 14-beat game, right? Like.
So also
is not worth 1 life even. It's very, very small cost.
Let me check one other thing here. Doesn't this also just crush you? If you played Spiritual Blessing?
No, it clashes it. That's the point.
This? Whip Shot?
Yeah.
Spiritual Blessing is 4, right?
Yeah, but I mean, she had Quicksilver.
Why isn't that showing now? Oh, because we're at
Because
the
it's
end of
the
the
end of
beat.
the beat.
Okay.
But like, yeah, it was a 4 prio shot. That's the whole point. That she can only hit you at 4 or 6 prio. So play something that at 4 prio that beats the 6 prio option.
I hate it.
You know,
Like,
that's me.
you're not. I hear what you're saying. You're saying things that are true. And like, if you ask me if I would ever play, like, you could write me out like a 10-page paper showing me the math, and I would look at it, and it would definitely play something that is not spiritual blessing. Like, I can't do it. And like, I've even argued that I need to play spiritual more than I do because I get concerned that like I'm creating situations for myself where I begin to diminish the fear of me playing spiritual, except when it's perfectly safe. And like, I don't think that that's legit. Like, I feel like I need to be seen playing it a couple times when it's like, by the way, just don't forget to respect this, or I am going to punish you. But I
It's
don't.
not even. You don't even get the power bonus from spiritual in this case. It's just literally so you can clash 4 and like be okay against 6.
Ugh. Like, if that's all you want, if you just want to be Clash 4, be okay against 6. Hold on. So last turn. Oh no, she did. Well, that's because we discarded Strike or discarded Switch.
Let it be so.
Okay, so where are we this beat? I don't want to get. Let's not lose the. What is this? It's 0 to 2.
No, but there's nothing else that's okay against. That clashes 4 and is okay against 6, right?
Safety shot.
It's not 4 prio.
No. I mean, you get hit, but then you move in.
I mean, you can safety shot and like it's okay. You trade back, sure, but like it could have easily been an exo shot, and then that's really bad. You're just down 3 life.
Yeah. Yep. I don't have a lot of great options. I did not. Maybe that is the option in that place.
I really think it's a spiritual blessing. I don't see anything else.
You're like, I'm gonna say I don't believe you're wrong. And nothing inside of the Magdelina player inside of me will allow me to say that you're right. Like, those words stick in my throat. So like, I hear everything you're saying and can find nothing factually incorrect with your words. I still cannot say that you were right.
Yeah, I mean, okay. I don't play Magdelina, so I don't know.
I mean, like, I don't know. All right, so here we are on 0-2 pull 1. We're at range 4.
Yeah, so here Elephant has 2 options, either drive or
Drive.
like mutating, right?
What would the mutating be?
I mean, probably like mutating overload, right?
So 0. This copy your form, so it becomes 0 to 4. So 0 to 5. And then what does she get? Like the soak or the? Is it an overload or is it not just like grasp and or? Actually, does that work? If she does mutating grasp, does she pull with grasp, pull with the first one, pull stun, or like no?
No stun on the form bonus.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, so like, is mutating overload? Because I don't think any of these are so much better that like that you want overload. That I think maybe you just want like mutating strike, right?
Mutating strike. I mean, no, I think you definitely want like a mutating overload and like exo it or something or bladed it like. But
Well, bladed is not. You get +2 power, so I guess no, like 5. You're only losing 1 and keeping like, I don't know how good this card is, like to having like it seems like solid, so I don't know how much better it is to have in your reserve still, like how much more options this give you.
and this is like the kind of situation where you use that, right? I think it's pretty crazy to like say, oh, maybe there's a better situation. This is about as good as it gets. Like,
You're playing Kehrolyn. All right, so and now we're at a point where it's like this is where Kehrolyn desperately needs you to come in, right? Like if you for whatever reason don't get hit by this and she doesn't pull you 2 spaces, she has to dodge in, right? Next beat. Like, because now she can't afford to stay at range 4 because Whip will be rotating out.
Point that from positioning perspective, like
Yeah.
I mean, both of the reasonable options do close the space though, right?
Mm-hmm.
A mutating is going to pull you 2, and a drive is just going to like by 3 essentially, right? So I think no matter what, you're going to be fine-ish from a positioning perspective.
Right, but those are your options, like mutating, overload, and or strike, and then something drive, right?
Yeah.
Um,
So I mean, I think
Probably
that
this drive, right? Like this is the nut drive, right?
negative drive.
Because he pulls you one. Do you still pull on this? Yeah. So like, man, this is crazy, right? No, this is all form only, right? Hit 1 +2 power.
Yeah, it's just 2 damage.
Yeah, so it's 5. It would be 5 damage. Um. Okay. Maybe you soak. What is Maggie looking at? Um.
So the question is like, what can Maggie clash, right? Because Maggie definitely wants to play something at Prio 3 or Prio 4 if she can.
There. Well,
Clash one.
this is Pro 4. This is where
I
I'd
think.
play this.
So spiritual shot.
Well, okay, hold on. Is that true? Is that where I play this? No, because this is where. So Allie will have to. This is an Allie thing where now this makes sense. This is her play because this clashes spiritual shot. This is a good spiritual shot beat for her, and if she misses on spiritual, nothing else hits. So because of this, he can't play spiritual shot. She needs to play something with Prio 4 to cover this because she's Allie. So maybe
Well,
it's.
hold on. Is clashing with spiritual shot that bad though?
Yeah, it's
Because
terrible. What if you clash on spiritual shot? She can now no beat and like I don't know, just like possibly even just dodge to 2.
I mean,
Like
you probably like spiritual burst, right, to like prevent her from closing. But
I
that's
mean,
fine because then you're at range 5, and your opponent shot and whip are both down. Which literally can't hit you next beat.
oh, well, I think she would drive.
And get hit
Oh
first.
man, that's true. Rose has a really good point.
You clash the drive. That's the whole point, right? Like,
Let me pull this up. 1 second. Come up here. All right, Rose has a really solid point. She can go to overload on the clash and mutating to pull you
yeah, I mean,
on this chain. So if you go spiritual shot, which is 4, and she does bladed drive, right?
yeah,
Now her class chain is overload into mutating.
yeah, but you're gonna burst and clash the overload.
Which is going to be. Okay, so this is then 3. Okay, so let's go one step further.
And I mean, and you missed, right? Like that's fine.
I mean, it's not fine because you're spiritual. Like, I still want that noted. Like, yes, this is, like, this is still the thing, but, like, she can now dodge in, and, like, I guess you're just, like, hoping, like, on spiritual drive?
I
Like,
mean,
if.
it's pretty crazy the spiritual drive here because like
No,
if
this,
she
I'm talking
doesn't
the
dodge
class
in,
change, right? This is the class chain. So, like, she does, bladed drive, right? That clashes spiritual shot, right? So that's step 1. Step 2 is now mutating using, or overload doing mutating. The class chain here is,
you play overload and it gets clashed.
yeah, against burst, right?
Hmm?
Okay, so now we're there. So let's go to the next step, right? So now she has dodge, and shot and burst are both down.
But the thing is like
But no, this is serious because you're gonna miss on spiritual and you don't get the null beat. If she can dodge in, like dodging it 2 is not 5. Like she now has options because like she still has, will still have drive next turn. Like now you're not out of the way. So like
but hold on though, because you can always spiritual drive and like that prevents her from dodging in, right?
yeah. So then we're still at range 2, right? If you spiritual drive, um, what happens here? I guess no. That seems fine.
Yeah, like then it's really good because she's at range 4 and she has no shot and whip. So she literally can't hit you. But the downside is that if she doesn't dodge and you drive, then you're actually getting hit, right? So it's very risky.
What if she
But
just
I think it's
dodges
useful.
here? What if she dodges as a second option on her beat? Like once you've revealed spiritual, and now you're
Oh, I
questioning
see.
the dodge.
And then the whip will, then the overload will catch you.
Yes, because that actually makes sense, right? Because like if you
Okay,
dodge
that
as the
makes sense. I
second,
guess it's a mix up at that level.
yeah,
That makes me think that it's probably not a very good clash chain, right? So,
yeah.
like, if you guess wrong, you're taking 5. You're. I think guessing right is worth about 5. I think it's actually still close to a coin flip.
All right, I want to see what happens.
Okay, I mean, what's
Whoa.
actually going to happen is
Ooh. What is actually?
probably just bladed drive or something. It seems fine. Or, I don't know, bladed overload also fine, and LP, I don't know, like priestess shot, right, instead of a spiritual shot. It kind of sucks for LP. Besides, like, no, yeah, it kind of sucks. I think it has to be spiritual shot. Doesn't have much else.
So when I look at this, my thoughts are that like if I'm playing for next beat, and I don't think I am, I need to get in. And maybe it's just because I haven't played against Kehrolyn very much, but this is a very bad range for Magdelina. It appears that it's a much worse range for Kehrolyn. So just keep in mind that like some of these things are going to be colored by the fact that I have not played this matchup very much. But like this comes to mind. Even something as absurd as like this, just because I want to get like if I might need to get hit and come in.
This is terrible. You're just like taking 4 or 5 for free. Like I think you have to spiritual shot here and take the flip, because otherwise you're just down on health, right? Like like really down on health.
Yeah, but that's Magdelina, right? Like Magdelina is like a situation where like the whole point of not doing this is because eventually like you take damage early and then you gain levels that like if you when you're done here, if you miss this, like we're still in trouble. So I think I might do something like either this or
it can be like safety shot, anti-stun guard, right?
yeah, like that. This is fair. Like safety shot will hit them. It will deal 2 damage, which isn't phenomenal.
Yeah, I don't know. You trade down
Actually,
the 2. I would take the coin flip on spiritual.
well, you let me know how it works because I'm not willing. Like missing on spiritual is a nightmare.
I
Yeah,
really don't think it's that bad if it's like a literal null, just like 0/0. It's like
there we go.
beat countering pieces by 1.
Yeah, so she is on bladed drive. I'm sure she already did all this math.
I think you spiritual shot.
I mean, he only takes 4 damage, so this is down by 2.
-2. I think -2 is bad, especially because it turns off your blessings. Like,
Here goes. To strike a saint merits divine judgment.
I think this is like really, if you're planning on blessing at all for the rest of the game, this is essentially just -4. I hate it.
Yeah, but you hate blessing altogether.
I think blessing is not a very good card.
I mean, I realize that it exists to move you back to where you need to be. It's like when you get hit to move for your positioning. It is the best positioning tool you own, because you have no positioning tools as Maggie. So like he gets to go back to range 4, or yeah, range 3. Sorry, right, range 3. And she no longer has whip, drive, or shot.
Yeah, so I mean, this is good because you can like Excelsius drive or something and force Kehrolyn to dodge really far away.
There's nothing that he can do to hit her this turn, right?
Literally 0 ways to hit.
So if you want to know 100% what I would do in this situation, is real easy. That. I want a no beat. No beats are good for me. I will take a no beat. Right?
Yeah,
then
I would do this. I would definitely Excelsius drive to force her to dodge away.
I mean, I would just. I don't know if I would want to do that. And if I don't do that, maybe I do something bizarre. Maybe this. Can she have burst? She has burst.
Range 1, it's even worse.
Huh?
Then she dodges to range 1. It's like even worse.
Sure. I mean, that's probably true. This. Maybe, I mean, like, Celsius Drive is fine. I just don't love it. This is actually not bad either, by the way.
I mean, no, don't let her dodge to range 1. I mean, the other thing you can do is you can try and clash a dodge, right? Because
all of her dodges are 3, right?
Except for Quicksilver.
Yeah.
But you can, I think that Excelsius Strike, totally reasonable. It still forces her away. It's 1 fewer away, which matters because her shots are live. But if you hit the dodge, if you hit a non-Quicksilver dodge, damage, right? So
maybe Excelsius Strike is fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that like this drive and his range 5 is so good here. Like range 5 is insane.
That's only at level 2 when you push, or level 1.
You know what I'm saying is that okay, so like Kehrolyn is gonna dodge here. This drive, then she has to dodge to what's gonna be range 5.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, Kehrolyn could like do some burst or something, like the blue burst, right? Exo burst.
Yeah.
But that's that's bad. You're just getting free damage, yeah. I think Excelsius Drive and just take range 5 is really good.
Yep. I will tell you that like I would probably just let her dodge, and I would probably just do this. If she wants to dodge into range 1, as Maggie, like, that's okay with me.
It really shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be. Like,
okay, I mean, like, because now I have this next turn. Like, now I have this. And I will be level 2.
I don't think it's good. I think that you're much better off just keeping Kehrolyn far away.
Does she have an option?
Range 5, she has literally 1 pair that hits, right?
4, 5.
It's probably gonna be Quicksilver dodge, but she has the end movement. The shots up.
Both 2.
You could try like an Excelsius Grasp, actually. I think Excelsius. I'm reasonably. I don't know.
I don't think you're taking damage with this, and I think a no beat is still better than free. I think like you don't like no beats, right? But like I do like no beats. I think that if she gets to range 1, like this is fine, you know.
Better. I think the Excelsius Drive is just a better null beat.
I think I want to save Excelsius for level 2, which is literally next level. When I have 2 stun guard on it.
It's much better to keep her far away, like spending spell. I would not save Excelsius if it meant the difference between range 4 and range 1.
But I mean, this is next turn, right? She has like Quicksilver, but like you get to push her to next turn, right? You get to cause.
Like, it's not that bad.
Because like she has Whip next turn, so like range 1, you might just make her play Whip.
Range 1 is awful against Kehrolyn. It's really awful.
Let's see what happens.
I think it's Quicksilver dodge versus. Yeah, it's gotta be Quicksilver dodge. That's what? just tanking it.
What is this?
It's fine.
What is she getting here?
How is Excelsius -2 power?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, well then yeah, obviously you just tank it. Never mind. Okay. Never mind. Okay, I thought this whole time that like Alpha would have to like take damage to
No. Oh no.
This is fine.
I will point out, just like as a by the by, how good would Switch bursts have been here. Just in comparison. Like Yeah, she takes 1, but I'm still at range 3, and I gain this. You know.
Here goes.
Wait,
I need to move.
why did LP move forward?
He doesn't hit otherwise, but like
Yeah,
this
the
is
hit
not.
is for 0 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess if I realized that this was 0 damage, then sure, switch burst much better.
Come
Okay,
forth,
fair,
my
fair.
guardian.
Like, if this is the point where you tell me that, like, you would have spiritual grasped it at range 8, like,
If this is when I tell you spiritual what?
a spiritual grasp at range 8, like,
I'm surprised that wasn't an exo dodge by I
I
don't know
am,
why.
I am surprised she didn't dodge in either. Exo dodge, like, it just seems like, if you're gonna exo, like, what do you super, like, even if you're just gonna take 1, like, Kehrolyn has that same problem that, like, Magdelina has. You're up by 5. You know, and like you're up by 5, and realistically, and I know you still hate this, but like I'm still on a blessing sometime this game, so that 2 damage did not matter. The safety was just a reposition. Um,
I
I'm
mean, it makes sense.
I'm confused by why they like not just like dodge in, maybe take 1, or I don't know.
So the reason that it's that I think Quicksilver is better here is because if you dodge exo dodge, um, the Excelsius drive can like go past you and go pretty far, right? If you try and close. But if you overload, you can, like drive into overload range, so you stay like kind of cornered. Um,
Yeah,
the movement, you still get good enough movement with the
yeah, but
Quicksilver. So
like
I think
on the
it's
other
better.
hand, if that's true, like, because let me just check. We're on. Let me see where we are on this beat real fast. Okay, so I don't see the hand, right? No, not yet. Okay, perfect. Um, if you let her go past you, you now have whip up. She has shot down, drive down. So that literally just leaves her with a sanctimonious. So like at this point, you might have just been okay on this beat coming up here that she goes past you, right? Because all of Maggie's options are like sanctimonious, which is 0-1 because she has no trance because she leveled up. So like this is
But like, can you hit her? I mean,
yeah, you have whip.
I mean,
You have whip
so
shot.
what space are you dodging to?
So what?
What space would you dodge to
Um.
if you play dodge?
Okay, so like she plays Excel Drive, and I'm dodging, and I'm exo dodging. I'm here. You ready for this? I think it's here. I think it's space 6.
You would dodge to space 6?
Because you were here, right?
I think you're
No, you were
you're
here.
space 3, right?
Uh,
That's right.
no, you were here in the
You were
middle.
space 4.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. Dodging away is horrible.
Well, not next beat, right? Not this beat specifically, because you have whip, and she only has sanctimonious at 0-1.
Yeah, but what I mean is that like I think it's the same. If you dodge last beat, I think it's the same as just the overload. So I think the overload was just better.
Isn't the overload more valuable than the dodge though?
I don't think overload is that valuable. I mean, it was a good use of overload to like just get better positioning. I think it was a good play.
Maggie should 100% dodge this beat.
I mean, yeah, I think Maggie should like basically dodge off cooldown.
Yeah, I agree. In fact, it's like on rotation. Is how
But the thing is that like maybe you wanna. I mean, yeah, you wanna dodge when it's statty. You could try like a blessing, but blessing is garbage here because you're healing your opponent for 2. So
but that's going to be the case no matter what. I think this is actually an okay blessing, except for the
I'm
fact
just
that
not blessing. Like
I mean, you don't like blessing, but like blessing exists, and like it has been valuable in the past. Like I understand, none of your damage matters because eventually, like instead of thinking of this life in terms of a number, and I know it's gonna sound crazy, so this life is not 20, right? This life, let's separate it into attacks till I kill you. Right now, this number is like functionally still 3.
Yeah,
And
but then
if
it
you're at
means that
20 and I'm at level 4, this number is functionally 3. And it doesn't matter that it's 18.
that you took for the bladed drive versus safety shot, like.
But for the
You know,
positioning, that's why you
too,
safety.
right? You just went -4 on that beam. That's awful. Like,
No, okay, but like you're Maggie. Like this is the part that I don't think that I'm able to convey very well. Where like,
-4 is terrible.
well, okay, but
You
because
might as well have like not spent the.
all right, let me ask you a different question, Black. So like at level 5, and like level 5 is obviously ridiculous. At level 5, what beats you as Maggie? Like literally, there are not pairs that beat you, right? You just stack gate the whole world. At level 4, you pretty much do this exact same thing. So, like, it doesn't matter that you need another beat to kill your opponent because you win every beat at level 4. Every one of them. Like, they never beat you again. You know?
Well, you need enough beats to win.
Sure. But that's A, why we hate no beats that don't level us, right, with spiritual. And B, why, like, none of the damage right now matters. Because, like, time to kill, it doesn't matter that I've dealt 2. I dealt 2 because that's the price I pay for being Magdelina at level 0 or 1. Like, sorry, it sucks to be early. Like, this is why her gameplay is the way it is. But when I
don't think that that's how it works, because, you know, the damage you deal in the early game is relevant because it can save you a hit later on.
But you're not saving a hit right now. 18 and 20 are the exact same amount to a Magdelina.
I mean, like, you know, I would rather, like, start at 20 than start at 18 against Magdelina, because late in the game, I might need that 2 HP to, like, you know, win a fire.
Like, by what? When I'm level 4, like, okay, so now I've got Spiritual Shot, or I've got this, like, all my pryos are 8 or 7 or something ridiculous. All my damage is like 6. Like, all my stun guard is 1,000,000. The only thing that matters is, like, I don't die, so blessing healing my opponent doesn't matter because I'm just gonna kill you in the same amount of beats, and like I'm gonna win those beats no matter what. Because you're not gonna like. Like, let me ask you this: once we get to this point, what's her highest? 7 at range 1, maybe range 2. I'm beating that every single time at level 4 if I can just get there. Like, now I am always attacking.
I know how Magdelina works, but I think that, like, the 2 life can matter. It's
right, but it doesn't matter as much as I think that you give it credit for. Like, you're like, I don't want to heal my opponent because of that 2 life, and I'm like, I don't think that life numbers matter the same way they do for Magdelina. That, like, it's still just attacks to kill, and like right now we're at 3 because I'm not really attacking right now, but I'm about to because I'm a level 2, and like maybe I'm gonna start chipping, but like once we're in level 3, now we're playing real BattleCON, and then at level 4, like you don't get to play BattleCON anymore because you let Magdelina get to level 4.
I don't know. I think that you. I don't know. I think you should really start caring about damage, at least at level 2.
Well, and LP is saying the same thing, right? You pay life for positioning until you can fight back, right?
I don't think that's good. I think like your blessing is just like dead here. I would never blessing.
Yeah, but you would never blessing no matter what. Like, I ever heard your statements on blessing that your blessings are like until like maybe I don't hit my opponent because once my opponent has 1 damage, blessing is terrible. Like
blessing is like 1 effective power in terms of trading and a chance token. Like that's awful. It's unplayable.
Yeah, see, like, and functioning, and every other person who actually plays Magdelina disagrees, right? That thinks, man, you know, it's really, what really makes this game awesome is if you land a blessing, because, like, spending less time at levels that aren't 3 or higher is how you're winning games as Magdelina, because once I'm level 3, like, I just stack gate the entire world.
Yeah, but if you fight back, then like you know you don't have to do as much when you get to level 3, and that's the main thing. Like,
but who cares? Like, it doesn't matter because I don't have to do anything at level 3. Like the glory of Magdelina is like the glory of Magdelina is like you don't really like. We're not playing real BattleCON right now, right? Like I am playing keep away BattleCON, and I'm not trying to hit you. This is different than a normal BattleCON game. And then once I get to
you can fight for sure.
Yeah, you can, and like this is where like you're kind of a normal fighter. Maybe slightly above average in some stats, slightly below in others. But once I get to level 3, like we're not really playing BattleCON. It's like you get to do last gasp, and then I just get to blow you out of the water at level 4. That you did that guy win every beat. right? Nothing you do matters because I just get to like have a Prio 8, have a Prio 9. Like everything's ridiculous, you know? Like I think
Yeah.
that's the difference here. So this is, I think, um, wow, that really sucks for ULP.
Oh, yeah. This is you just had to guess right and guess right. I mean, I think that,
LP's
why
been
wouldn't
very lucky.
you do a
Oh
kind of
man,
greedy to go for the sanctimonious dodge here? Because like
I don't
you
like
could
the
be totally
sanctimonious
right, like
here.
priestess dodge, right? There are no clashes for that.
So I mean,
I think
there,
there's just the
I don't like sanctimonious here because we're gonna have a one trans canner next turn, which is gonna make this 0 to 2 if we do end up dodging. So like if let's say we do dodge to like we have the option to dodge out, though, like she's definitely whipping here, right? Because we're at range 1.
I think with strike is the most likely pair for her.
Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah. So I don't like this dodge.
Yeah, it's pretty obviously going to get clashed. I don't think keeping sanctimonious is worth that much, but not getting clashed obviously is big.
3. I'm level 2. This is actually not bad.
Why is this not bad?
Because it's Prio 4, and it will give her -2 power, and we will both heal 3, and I will recover 1 life. So I will essentially 4, 5, 6. She'll hit me back for 2 and stun me, which I don't really care about. Right, so I'm gonna give her -2. I'm gonna get hit for 2, but I'm gonna recover 4. So 2, so I'll be at 15. She'll be at 20, which I know you hate, but like I've taken 2 damage, and now I'm gonna level next turn. So
Yeah, I think burst is like decently likely from Kehrolyn here.
That's not good. That doesn't work for us. I still think that this is okay. Like
I mean,
if we
now she's
don't,
probably going to be flash into Excelsior's Blessing and you're fine, but like.
I just don't like the sanctimonious dodge.
I hate saying dodge because it gets clashed.
Yeah.
I
Fair. Yeah, very true, very true. I wonder what our class chain is now. So all of her stuff is live. With the like kind of exception of these two. So like here are the options, both of which are really good for her, and we're on sanctimonious, and like we can't stay like anything slower just kills us because we auto stun. So 2, 5, and then this is 0. Okay, so we have the same prio chains. I think I grasp, and I also think that Ellie grasps.
I don't know. I think that it's
What?
kind of reasonable to. I think it is pretty reasonable to burst as Kehrolyn here.
Okay, yeah, maybe that makes sense.
Because the thing is that like if you grasp, you're only doing 2
Oh,
damage. Like, who
LP
cares,
points
right?
out that they had to recreate this class king because this is the one that the game crashed on.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I think this is a good read by LP. Like I think grasp is the better play, but I think that you're right that that
You
like
probably start with grasp, like.
yeah.
But the thing is that like first as Alethon, you're only doing 2 damage. If you burst, you're doing 3, right?
Well, you're stunning. Keep in mind that like
Yeah, I mean, like you're never taking damage as Alethon, right? You could get hit by a blessing if you burst. That's the one thing.
I mean, yeah, that's true. That's a very alley thing.
I think Alethon probably probably grasp just because she didn't want to get blessing. But I think that burst is like, you should have that as like a reasonable part of it.
Yeah, I think
Like,
this was right for LP to burst here, right? To like clash or burst, like to read that this is the burst. So I like this. This should be what? Can you explain this to me? I don't understand what happened. Am I insane?
I guess this is a shot. That's crazy.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, like, look, this does things, right? We still have, like, we're not dying because we've got Soak 2. Fine. We can't be moved. Fine. But, like, why isn't this Grasp? Like, just even to go one down the line. But, like, because Grasp beats everything that isn't Strike. Like, Grasp beats both of these. Both Blessing and Strike.
The idea is that LP has to guess when Elephant is going to play the Grasp and try and clash it with his own Grasp. Thinking, oh, he's just going to Grasp immediately. I'm going to take the 3 damage. I'm going to take the 2 damage from LP instead of the 4 damage from the Strike, right? So Elephant is trying to save herself 2 damage by playing Shot right now.
As opposed to... What does she still have, right? I mean, okay. She can save herself that by just dodging, which I don't love against Maggie. Don't be wrong.
She's definitely not dodging. Like, clearly she's hitting here, but...
Okay. I think I would have grasped. Because I'm expecting the Grasp Clash. Because this is still fine for her. She's coming out actually ahead. Or even.
Yeah.
Right, but... But Grasp beats this. Because she stuns it.
I mean, you had to guess, and LP won the mix-up.
I'm tougher. No! Give me courage, ancestor.
Wish I could tell you, but you should play some games as Magdelina. Every time this thing happens up here, it's like this little warm feeling in the center of your stomach. That's just, I can't quite describe. Like, you're just like, oh, everything is great. Alright, what are we looking at? I'm actually going to, I'm going to take off my headphones for a second, and I'm going to let you take a look through this beat. I'm going to just pull up. Actually, so let me do that, and then let me do that. I'm going to use the restroom real fast, so I'll be right back.
Yeah, so I mean, the main thing I would look at is, like, are there hit confirm problems? Because, again, the Elephant is never gonna just decide to lose to burst, right? So she's almost certainly playing a drive. Oh, she does weapon in card 1. Okay, so never mind. So Elephant can do everything that she wants to. So you're probably getting hit no matter what, Magdelina. Unless you dodge, right? So to do that, you can also try and fight back. Spiritual Grasp for Elephant. The answer is taking 5, and you have no stun guard. So you could do like bladed strike as Elephant. That seems fine. An anti-stun guard. But,
sorry about that.
Have to,
figure out my life. Okay. So here we are.
Elephant, like, she doesn't want to lose like Spiritual Grasp.
Okay.
It could be like a bladed strike, or it could be some burst. Burst, kind of scary because, like, Spiritual Shock, for example, stuns it.
Like, if she's worried about Spiritual Grasp, 5, 6, 7, 8, she's on 7. Yep, that sucks.
But I think like bladed strike is, nice and safe.
I still loses to grasp, right?
No, because she has whip.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
So it also doesn't lose to burst, right? And that's the key point.
Bam. Finally a good spot for it.
This is okay. I think something like Priestess. You don't want to be as risky, so I wouldn't like Priestess. It's not crazy, right?
Priestess Grasp is okay.
Yeah, but it just loses to burst.
Sure.
Like a bladed burst.
Yeah, but like
I think the Elephant's probably never playing.
Is Elephant bursting here? Yeah, I don't think she is, right?
Priestess Grasp is probably fine. I think Dodge also totally fine, right? Like just get distance. So I think actually Elephant probably wants to. Yeah, that's I don't know. I think Elephant probably wants to dodge. Doesn't want to be range 5 or something.
So when I look at this, one of the reasons I like this, which I know that you don't, is that with whip and shot both here, that she'll hit me, she won't be able to stun me out. We'll both heal for 3, and then I get to move back 3.
Just do like safety and anything else instead.
Yeah, but like I still want to level up. Like we fundamentally disagree on like you're like I would never play this card ever in a million years, right? Like if this card, like other people play this card as Magdelina and think it's good, so I think you may need to reevaluate this card in particular.
Yeah, I'm probably underrating it, but I wouldn't. I think that I think dodge is
yeah.
Fair. Because the only way Elephant really has to beat it is like a whip drive.
Yeah, she doesn't have whip. She has drive.
Some drive, right? Any drive, like bladed drive or something. But then that's pretty bad because he gets stunned by a lot of stuff. So I think your dodge is pretty safe. So I don't think Elephant is going to risk too much just to get better positioning against a dodge. Risking getting stunned by a spiritual grasp or something. So I think it's going to be bladed strike versus priestess grasp or dodge.
I'll go with safety blessing. Okay, so LP, I gotta tell you a story. Please don't ever safety dodge. Like of all the things you can do, like I am permanently scarred by this pair. Like these need to be on separate pairs from now on because like they do the same thing. Yeah, no, it's 100% why I did it too. Like, because I'm like, no, this is the one that sucks. I don't want this, but anyway, this is just.
It's pretty reasonable to throw safety here.
It's fine. I'm just actually being honest and this is the thing that caused me to get revulsioned.
It's so funny.
Yeah, like this is how I card locked myself. I think it's just fine. We always talk about how Switch doesn't see enough use. I also don't hate Switch here. But you might be worried about grasp. So
really, if you have a long time, you should be calculating next beat, right? Because next beat, your burst is totally safe. So it's probably going to be a dodge of some sort. And
so you're right here that this is bladed strike.
Bladed strike versus dodge is pretty obvious here.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's no getting back. So where did she dodge to? 3?
As far away as possible every time.
Yeah, Kehrolyn's pretty bad at range.
Because now again the only thing you can hit with is the drive, right? So burst is 100% safe. On beat 7. So you can start thinking about how am I gonna Excelsius burst on beat 7.
Excelsius burst.
Yeah.
Okay, so it caps out at range 3.
Yeah, it's just to get away.
Okay.
I
like.
What? Why are you going? Why are you going there? You should be going to. You should be going further. I guess he figures like it doesn't matter. That like you need to drive either way. Yeah, you're right. That this 0 difference, right?
Yeah. And this also, I guess, just like has the option to cover her burst if like that's what he thinks is going to happen. Yeah. Like
Exactly.
that's what LP said is that he has better ranges here, and burst is just as effective. And like
Exactly.
if she's going to come in, yeah, this is I think so. This is good. Yeah, and LP, you're right about safety dodge being fine here. I'm just joking around. This is from that same thing about um, getting card locked on myself against a dark revulsion. Like this is a thing that also part of that scoring process.
Yeah. So here it just. Well, you could argue that it's better to go to 5 because that forces Kehrolyn. Sorry, it's better to go to 6 because that forces Kehrolyn to dodge to space 7 instead of like being 1 over. But that's just so minor.
Yeah, but you don't want to be at range 1. You said right. Like this is better.
What I'm saying is if you safety dodge to space 6 instead of space 5, Kehrolyn on her next speed, she's going to dodge. She's going to have to dodge to space 7.
We're saying she's going to dodge, but like he's coming up with Excelsius Drive.
He's going to Excelsius Burst, right?
Well, he has Excelsius Drive in his discard. That's what he's getting. So if he goes here, he can cover her bursts. She still can't cover his. Right?
Yeah, the point is like Magdelina is definitely going to burst here, right? Like,
is she? Because I don't.
And like, what happens?
All right, let's see. I'm not 100% convinced that she'll burst next week.
Come forth, my
Okay.
Unless
like somehow, Excelsius Burst, just to stay as far away from Kehrolyn as possible. It's probably a Quicksilver dodge because you want the end movement.
Oh, I don't have the stuff in there yet.
It could be. I don't know. I don't really see it being.
I'm level 2.
Anything else? Like this is a free null. You could try something sneaky, but I don't know. I think Elephant is definitely Quicksilver burst, Quicksilver dodging every time.
Yeah, I think I like this. Huh. Right, like this clashes her dodge, and then I still get to burst now.
Oh, you want to try and clash it? That's interesting.
And then she gets to like overload, sure, whatever. Maybe that's bad. So like maybe I actually want to do.
I definitely wouldn't bother trying to clash it. Like just just take it. It's fine. It's good.
Like this is fine too, though, right? Like, what is she doing against this on her own? Like, I guess that maybe. If I'm priestess, so like, but I can just Excelsius instead.
I mean, the main thing is that if she dodges, you want to be as far away as possible, and Excelsius Drive keeps you closer.
I mean, I will move here. I will not move with Excelsius. So no, I will advance here, move back, hit her for 3 and push her 2, and be at range 4.
Yeah, but I mean, she's dodging for sure. Like
this clashes the dodge, so like then I have the option of still this.
Oh, I see. You're saying you're gonna clash the dodge, but it's gonna be Quicksilver dodge.
This clashes Quicksilver dodge.
Well, too, yeah. So you're gonna clash Quicksilver dodge,
and then I still have this, right?
I can buy Excelsius Drive as being good for her. Okay.
I understand.
Yeah, that's pretty sick, actually.
Yeah, that would have been perfect, right? So then I clash this dodge, and then I still have this option. And this is fine too. But like, this could have also just been Excelsius Burst, which then still has the awesome benefit of pushing her to max range. Like,
I mean,
max
exactly.
range with
I agree
Sanctimonious
that,
coming up.
I agree with your play. I think that Excelsius Drive would have been a really good pair here. Because I think this Quicksilver dodge just face up. Like,
Yeah, I agree. I think this is the problem.
what?
Did I miss something?
What?
I'm very confused. Why? She was here. She retreated to here.
What?
Did I miss something? I mean, it should have been here
Yeah.
at least, right? No. So they were 2 apart, right? At the very least, she goes here, and he goes here, and like this is no matter what, this is 100% better, right? 100% better to be right here, or is
Well,
it?
it's not 100% better because right now, only Excelsius shot hits, right? That's not true.
No, Sanctimonious.
Right. Sanctimonious shot and Excelsius Drive both hit.
Well, yes. And Sanctimonious shot will hit as well.
Yeah, so I'm saying there are 2 options to hit.
Yeah.
And as Kehrolyn, it seems like it sucks, right? You have to guess which one, and your options against both are very different.
Sure, but we have move 1, right? So,
Yeah,
like,
so you should
if this is our plan, like, being here is just better. Right? Because then we can just move back, and it's like, hey, just for you, like, why not? Or we even have the option to come
she's
here.
lazy and she knows she wants to go to space 4. I think is more confusing is that you don't dodge past and like get to range 3, right? Range 3 is much better.
We will be level 3. Oh, maybe that's it. We can't clash next turn.
I mean,
I don't think that matters as much because like we're just gonna like we're at the point. Maybe this is true, right? We only have Sanctimonious. We're leveling this turn, so this is 0-1 next turn. We don't have our dodge, so we can't move backwards at all. We can't clash. We're just taking damage next turn, which might be better.
sorry, what?
So this might be better for her to go back here because we are not hitting with Sanctimonious Strike or with Sanctimonious anything. Our dodge is down. Our burst is down. She's going to have Whip Shot, which we won't be able to clash because we will be +3 prio, which means that it is... so 1, this isn't hitting because we have a max capped range at 3. So let me just make sure. Maximum range limited to 3, so we don't hit. We don't hit. This is the only pair that hits. And that is going to be
I
a
think there's 2 pairs that
prio.
hit, right? Like you said.
What is the other one? Sanctimonious Shot.
Sanctimonious Shot.
Yeah. Okay. So there's the
There's
only 2 pairs.
burst. Like it's not. It's okay.
So hold on. This will be 4. We'll have Whip and this. Okay. Yeah. I still don't love Ellie's dodge here. Then I don't get it.
I really don't understand why she wouldn't go to space 3. Like there must be some reason. Like she thinks she has a pair against both. And Excelsius Drive.
Okay. So she's getting back Whip. I can feel like it must be missing a thing. Maybe like an overload play or something similar.
No, it's just no.
I'm like maybe I'm dumb. I don't get it.
So the way you would beat
Light
I
cleanse
think
you.
Excelsius Drive would be like Exo Shot, I guess.
Is she just trying to clash it?
You could just try and clash one, and this seems not good. Like you don't want to like null beats against this Magdelina.
5, 6. So you need 6 to clash. Excel Drive.
It's just Quicksilver, so it's okay. I mean, like she can do it, but I mean she'd have to drive otherwise, which is scary.
Well, because keep in mind that like this is gonna be Prio 5 and Excel Drive is Prio 6. So like you don't get to cover both with a single clash chain, and I don't think you cover both with anything else you're doing really either. You know, like you're taking damage. Like we're now a level 3 Magdelina, so that's what we get to do now.
this beat. It really looks like this is just a horrible position, and it's so obvious to go to range 3. So I'm.
I want to point out that I feel like we are going to win this game, just based on the fact that like we're done losing beats, like because we're to level 3 now.
I think it's massive. She didn't even move. Okay. Let's have a plan to beat both Excelsius and Sanctimonious Shot. And like
Hold on. I think her pair is gonna be Exo Overload. Let me just see. No, it doesn't work. I'm trying to think of a way that like she just tanks one of the pairs and clashes the other.
It's fine. I mean, yeah, Exo Overload does in fact. I mean, it goes -1, right? But like, it's okay.
Yeah, so this will clash the Sanctimonious Shot and can deal, and like maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's.
No, Exo Overload is like it's not crazy. It does, you know. I mean, you have to mutating against the drive, but you're not taking any damage on it, right? So.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see.
Yeah, sure. Exo Overload, and I think the LP probably guesses.
Lady of Light, grant me strength.
So this should be Excel Drive.
Oh, what is going on? And oh, okay, hold on, pause. Like,
Get fucked.
this is just like flat out wrong, like 100%.
Get fucked.
Right? Like that's bonkers. That's okay. I don't know. Whatever. This is over. This is over. Completely over.
I really forgot about this stun guard being form only. What do you mean?
She's just.
Oh.
It's just awful. She needs an anti-stun guard.
She forgot that this stun guard was not here. So like Allie's mistake loses the game.
Yeah,
I still like, but come on, like whatever. So she was gonna lose to fucking. Sorry about my language, but she was gonna just like straight lose, like 100% lose to Sanctimonious Shot here. Then like that, because this isn't a real mix-up. I don't think, right? Because it's only a mix-up now because we're at range 4. Like if we're over here, this is not a mix-up anymore. Like we have options. You know.
I mean, I think this like. I mean, it's okay versus Excelsius Drive if you anti, right? But versus Sanctimonious Shot, it's horrible, right?
Yep. I just want to point out this is hit number 1. If we had Blessing or whatever, I'm sure this game ends in 2 other hits.
I mean, but yeah, I really don't understand this dodge positioning.
I don't.
That's just bonkers. This is horrible. It's absolutely horrible. You have to guess. You guess right. It still mess it up. It's not even that good. If you guess right and do it properly, yeah, this
is very bad.
It's completely awful.
Yeah. Well, let's see what else happens.
I was like all excited to see like her grand plan of like, what do you do?
I want to just. This is a great example of like, because it's Allie. When she went here, the first thought I had was, I must not be seeing it. Right? Like, it wasn't, man, that's a mistake. Right? Like, if I had done that, I would have been like, well, clearly I just brain farted and just screwed it up. But because it was Allie, it was like, I'm clearly missing something that will be revealed. Yeah. So, yes, I understand that disappointment.
So, because it's so obvious that you should, like, dodge past her.
Yeah, I like...
Right?
Also, but I think part of it is we are getting past, like at level 3, your pairs are limited for real now, right? Like this is not, it's ordinarily a Prio 3 pair that is now like outspeeding almost everything you have, and like definitely outspeeding everything you have now. Like this matchup seems very bad for Kehrolyn at this point. Like if we get to level 3,
I mean, I think LP's way ahead. Yeah, like I mean not way ahead, but like LP is decently ahead.
But I think he was ahead before this beat, like the last beat. Like even if she dodges correctly and she doesn't take the the damage here, right? She's still at 15. He's still at 10. I think he's still way ahead because now she's going to do one really good thing every turn, or maybe two really good things, and we're just going to be like gating 90% of her pairs.
I don't think way ahead, but I maybe like it's close to 50-50, I think, if the dodge is correct. What is it like? You've got to play around like a grasp, right? That's what you have to beat. You can just dodge here, right? As
oh, absolutely.
LP. I don't know if you want to maintain distance at this point.
Absolutely, I could just dodge.
Just dodge.
Not only could I just dodge, like they have so many good options. Her dodge is down. Oh man, let's ask a different question. Can she what's her fastest pair?
Whip grasp, right?
She's fucked.
Alright, and she's dead.
This is 6. This is 100% to hit her. She cannot stop this.
I mean, it would have to be...
Nothing stops it.
5, right? Is the way to beat it?
Whip strike. If she whip strike, okay, so this is going to be 6. She's going to take 7, maybe 8. And so she will have to do whip strike. So yeah. So whip strike will then do 4 back to us.
I think bladed drive is better than whip strike, right?
Not a chance. This is 100% stunned out by 7 damage, right?
It's not.
So 2 stun 2. She doesn't get any of this, so it's 6. So she has to then anti-stun guard, but then I get to anti. So hold on. So 2, 2, 2, 2. She is 8, and I deal 7. Plus 1 is 8. Okay, maybe we don't get to play this then. So let's talk about other craziness.
You still trade up, but I think dodge. If you dodge and it's whip drive, here, it's not even. But I think it's gonna be bladed drive just for the positioning against a dodge.
Yeah.
Kehrolyn can dodge next turn.
You might.
You can't hit a burst. That's the situation.
Okay. So we also have other options. What does she do against us? So this is 2. It's only Pro 4. Okay.
Even against Ali, I wouldn't like blatantly disrespect a whip drive. Like
no.
Don't let her whip, you know?
So what about this?
Let's her whip drive. I wouldn't do that. Yeah, for me, if this is spiritual shot or it's dodge. That's one of the two.
Yeah.
I think
you're right.
The dodge you need to calculate. So if you dodge and she does like a whip strike, then you win the game.
Grant me strength.
If you dodge and she bladed drives, then she has no outs to burst next turn, so she's gonna dodge. So you're gonna dodge and Celsius burst.
Okay, so whip drive gets her to here, and she covers 1, 2, 3. So we are dead to a whip drive with dodge.
Not dead to a whip drive.
Right? It gives your +2 range. +1 range on the regular one. Got it. Okay. So she covers. She can get to here. We dodge to here. Got it. Okay. That seems fine to me. To dodge out. Like, we're at a point where we can kind of start just battling really, really hard. So there's almost no reason. Like, for beat 9, we're a little behind. I'm fine with the dodge. I think, but you're probably right. It's either one of these.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think you really need to sit down and calculate. Like you can pretty precisely calculate even like 2 or 3 beats ahead with the dodge because there's so few outs on both sides.
I can't. Like, Blatm, if you can do that.
What happens is if you dodge on beat 11, Magdelina is going to be space 3, and Kehrolyn is going to be probably space 6. Her form is going to be Quicksilver, and she's going to have drive and dodge in her discards. Not great because, and you're going to have burst in your discard. So I think destroy a shot there pretty hard, I guess. I don't know. It's Exo shot could be fine.
Okay. I can't. I gotta see what they played because I can't do that.
Yeah, I think LP probably takes the spiritual shot here because it's like guaranteed +2 damage at worst.
Yeah.
No.
It's fine. This is the plan.
Okay, I don't. Okay, weird. Because the thing is like this whip strike, like you really want to dodge here, right? So you really want to drive here, so that the dodge doesn't just like instantly win. Imagine they're at range 5, like it's just awful, right? And
you know what?
You what do you do with like sanctifying a shot?
This is, I think, where Allie is now feeling the pressure. I asked her a while back, hey, have you felt pressured at when you're ahead on life, which is literally this exact situation. I'm like, have you felt ahead or pressured when you're ahead on life against a Rifflem at like beat 9, right, with like super pair created, Maggie at level 3, and then it was like Marmalade at 5 concentration, and I forget what the other one was, but Luke at 5 time, right? And she's like, yes to Rifflem, yes to Maggie, no to the other two. That you, like she would be ahead on life, but still feel like she was losing the game. So this fits with what she told me, that as she feels more pressured, she will make a harder reads to get back in it, right?
Yeah, but I mean, so this is terrible. One, because it's just worse than the bladed drive, right? Like the bladed drive does more damage, closes more space, and second, she didn't even anti-stud guard, so she's she's fine because of the soak. But like,
I mean, this is the same damage, right?
no, it's one more for the bladed drive.
Oh, she anti-power.
Does she want the 2 force or something? Like
maybe.
Do you just
I don't think so. Like she would. So she would have to anti stun guard, right?
I mean, we just did the calculation. The bladed drive has exactly
Yeah.
a stun guard after an anti.
Maybe she wants to drive for next turn. Is that right?
Yes, yeah, but like if this Magdelina's a dodge, then it looks really bad.
No, I agree with that, but that's kind of where I'm going with this, right? I think that you're right. The bladed drive is ordinarily Allie's pair, right? Can she whip Hydra Fork next turn? She's got August. Or no, that's Hydra Fork. Wait a minute.
This was pre-patch, right? Like this is a 5 health Hydra Fork.
I don't know.
I think this was pre-patch.
The art is sick. Okay, but I think this is where I'm going.
Hydra Forking because she's just gonna die. Like you hit her and you die. Like and she dies. Like it's not.
Oh yeah, you can definitely deal 6 to her before it hits. Like we are level 3 Maggie, we deal 6 on accident.
Yeah, like you know, switch grasp deals 6, right?
Yeah, we deal 6 on accident now. So okay, but I think that this is correct for Allie's mind frame, right? If she thinks that she's behind, and like she has to with a level 3 Maggie, and like this not being like 4, you know, that whip strike is possibly better than bladed drive for 1 less damage, right? Because you have now whip in here with drive, and like your Maggie can't get away, but you also have like a dodge mix up. So like ordinarily, I think you're right. The bladed drive is right, but I think given this position, this is only slightly worse against the major thing. Like this is, I think this is actually probably more correct than dodging away. Like you were dealing 8. Well, 6.
I mean, it's
6.
so hard for Kehrolyn at this point. Like dodge next beat, or she just dies. So.
Right. But I'm not sure that LP is supposed to dodge away here because
that's fair. I agree that spiritual shot is the best play. But I think dodge is like a real possibility.
No, I agree with that. But I don't think that it's weird for her not to cover, like, to play. I think that you're ordinarily right. That if this is, like, level 2, I think that this, as I've been seeing her play, that, like, I think that you're correct that this is Bladed Drive if this is not level 3.
Okay.
In this exact same scenario. Like, I think that it's Whip Strike because of this scenario, and because we have to, like, choose to save our weapons, that we're not covering the dodge.
I mean, yeah, this is reasonable that you might just really need the drive because next beat you dodge, and then after that, if your only way to hit is with a shot, then that's not good because it's too slow.
Well, and also your shot's in the discard 1.
Yeah, but I'm saying like if you drive this beat, then
You're
beat 10 you're gonna have to dodge, and then beat 11 you're gonna be in a situation where shot is your only way of hitting, basically.
or this.
You might want to like drive and mutating your Quicksilver, right?
Light cleanse you.
Work either, is it? It's just awful. Okay.
Yeah.
You'll have to try harder.
I mean, but yeah, I think this is probably Quicksilver
Come forth,
dodge.
my
Oh. She. Okay, here's a question. So here are our options. Well, let's just get to. Here we go. Really wish this. Alright. So this is right out, right? This is just. She can't. She would
like,
never
everything.
play this. So this is definitely a dodge. What dodge is it? This has to be a dodge. I mean, that's man.
Grass.
Whew, that's a spicy meatball if you're willing to go there. Like, there's just no way though. No, it's not.
I think this
It's
is
literally terrible. This is not doable at all. We have Stun Guard 3 on accident.
Oh, yeah, but how you don't have the hit confirm, right?
Oh, well, they can't be that.
I mean, you could like Sanctimonious Strike or something. I mean,
can she deal 6 to us before we just kill her? Like, this is Prio 4. Can she kill us?
Yeah, like a bladed grasp.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, this is awkward. We're in a position.
I think it's gonna be. I mean, Elephant's never. She's behind, so this is where she starts making like taking these ridiculous risks. But
I think I just switched Grasp here. That's Maggie.
Grasp.
I mean, 8. I have Prio 8. What beats it? Nothing.
I mean, nothing. You literally can't go faster. So the question is like, what do you do against Quicksilver dodge, right?
Let it happen. And I have Drive up. I'll have Sanctimonious up.
That's a decent try, actually. I think that's dangerous. Say you dodge to space 5 with Quicksilver, like you end space 5.
LP points at a very good point. Keep in mind, this will be a Sanctimonious that is 3 counters, which makes it 0 to 3.
Yeah. What I'm thinking is that on the next beat, you have the threat of mutating drive at 8 prio. And you also have a burst. And so what does Maggie have that beats both on the next beat?
This.
I mean, also probably just like Excelsius Drive, right? Like,
yeah, we have enough beats left to end the game, right? This is not 12. Like at 12, we're in. Like this comes up all the time in Maggie games where it's like this exact scenario where like if we can't land a hit, we're gonna die because we're gonna get timed out. But at 10, we've got time, so like, you just get another dodge for free at some point, and then we are level 4, and like now. Like, when's the last time Kehrolyn won a beat, you know?
Yeah, I mean, sure. But the point is like here you're looking for mix-ups where like you might win, right? Because obviously, you're single-digit % to win at this point.
Yeah.
Those mix-ups where if they all go your way, then you win the game. So.
So
I think like
let me ask you one last question, and this is I want you to just like hear me out on this. If she is 8 or 9 life, how much does that change her percentage to win?
I think significantly, right? Like it's the difference between one hit and not one hit.
Right. I sure, but we'll be at level 4, which means that it's still one hit.
I think it's pretty hard to do
Mighty
nine.
hand, grant me strength.
We literally just got done
It's
doing
restricted.
like this. This is in our Discord because we dealt 8. Like technically only 6 because yeah she had soak, but like this had the number 8 on it.
Yeah, but 8 is not 9, right? Like
Sure.
And like you have to use a spiritual, or you have to use a strike. Like there are things you can do, but here it's like it's close. Like exactly, like the switch graph deals 6. Like
Yeah. So this is my pair. I think this is fine too. Like okay, great.
Yeah, these were both face up. I think.
Yeah. I don't know about this. Like you could do some crazy. You might. I think there is a possible argument. Oh no, it's you don't have it. I was like for 7, but your drive's down. I probably wouldn't waste my drive anyway.
Yeah, but both of these are like.
I need to move.
I mean, super obvious.
By the light of heaven.
Against Alakon, you should really consider just clashing the Quicksilver dodge here and then winning the game. But I don't think you need to because she's
Right, but that's I don't think that you're really
stuff right now and like again it's a single-digit % to
Show me the
what's
path,
happened. So.
guardian of heroes.
all right. So this should be like I would
She
guess.
goes right here
The
instead
last.
of space 5, which I thought she'd go to. I thought she'd go to space 5 so she can threaten mutating drive. Mutating drive probably just loses to sanctimonious drive. Does anything beat sanctimonious drive?
Well, hold on.
Let's see if
I don't think anything. Let me just
So
get out of the way.
is that
Perfect.
100%?
All right.
No, because you can always exo, right? Exo shot.
Can anything beat this? 3, 5, and we're dealing, and this deals 6. So we're dealing 6. What is she doing?
I think sanctimonious drive is fine. Because the only way you beat sanctimonious drive.
Oh, you know what? We don't even have to beat sanctimonious drive. What does she have that beats sanctimonious burst?
I would still drive here because then next turn you just have spiritual shot for guaranteed lethal, right?
Well, let's actually keep doing some math here. So this is 6 damage. 4, 5, 6. I don't think there's a way that we can kill her through the soak this turn.
No, you're not killing her this beat, but like.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Is there a way for us to kill her this beat? All of these are. Like, this is 0 to 3, right? So we have 0 to 4 on everything here. The only thing I know we're not doing is now we are officially not doing this, right? Like at this point, Blatt, I agree with you. I am no longer willing to heal my opponent for 3.
So you have a billion different checkmates. Like
yeah,
any drive that hits is checkmate, right?
So my thought is, what does she have that hits us?
Nothing.
She can't do. Well, all I care about is like making sure I hit this, so she like I don't give her this for free. She has this. Does that do anything for her? No, because this happens after. Right.
You can just tank a hit, right? It doesn't matter. Like as long as she doesn't have a 4 power pair that hits you, like so, as long as she can't kill you.
I don't think she can kill us.
Yeah, exactly. Like, bladed shot is like the only thing. Like bladed something that hits you first is. Now I guess you can't Excelsius drive. You have to sanctimonious drive, but sanctimonious drive seems like it's 100%.
Yeah. Sanctimonious everything is 100%.
Can't you?
Huh?
drive. I mean,
Well, we have Excel drive as an option.
yeah, you're just screwed.
Is Excel drive 6 better than Sanctimonious? Because I don't think it is.
You don't kill with a Hydrofork with Excelsius.
This is just 6. And it's still 6 with, yeah. Okay, so this is our, yeah. Yep, that's where I'm going with this. So, correct.
So, I mean, this should be Sanctimonious Drive into Spiritual Shot, right?
Soak Shot. Whoa! Whoa! She went for it.
Yeah, well, it's 100%. Like, whatever. It's just the hope that LP like Sanctimonious bursts or something. Like whatever. It's 100% is 100%. You know, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah. Good job, LP. Making us Maggie's pride. I'm so happy.
I had found that spiritual blessing turn. Then
I'm like, look, I'm not willing to say that you are right. I am willing to say I don't think that you are wrong. I think that I cannot figure out anything that makes you incorrect. I'm willing to phrase this statement 100 ways that none of them end in "you are right." Like, you can read around every single line. Alright, so it is up to you. It is 10:43 here. It's got to be late there. I'm down to do another one after I smoke, but I will have to once again restart the stream, but I am going to take a 6-minute break first.
Cool.
Alright, sounds good. I'm going to put the timer back on. I will also leave my headset on just in case, so everyone, for chat or whatever, but I will put this back on. And then afterwards, we'll restart the stream, so I have a discrete one that I can do one more time. So let's do this and this. Right, good there.
I'll be back in a bit.
Yep, sounds good. I'll be right back. we go. I'm gonna once again restart this. Okay, so let me